Black history is American history. Black culture is American culture. These two sentences encapsulate my work as a Black American, woman, and public historian. Black Americans have made social, political, economic, and cultural contributions to American society since Africans were forcibly brought to the United States during the transatlantic slave trade in the 17th century. In subsequent centuries, Black Americans have lived under numerous systems of oppression, such as slavery and Jim Crow laws. To a certain extent, we're still living under these conditions. Despite these circumstances, Black Americans learned how to pivot or assimilate to mainstream culture while creating history that has impacted and continued to impact American society at large. Black Americans set trends. Black Americans raised the bar. Black Americans built spaces to excel. So why aren't we celebrated for more of these achievements? I have a personal journey through my identities that has led me to become an activist and advocate for Black American history and culture's rightful place in the story of the United States. I invite you to share this journey with me today. This journey starts being a kid growing up as a Black girl on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi in a town with a predominantly white school system. I distinctly remember not learning anything about Black history outside of slavery, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and Rosa Parks. Even with those subjects, the text on Black Americans was very limited. As a young student, I felt that there was a lot missing about Black history in the curriculum. I was quite dismayed because I love history. As a Gen Xer, my foray into popular culture was through avenues like cable channel, music television, MTV, and entertainment news show, Entertainment Tonight. While I was fascinated by looking at creatives in the entertainment industry, I did not see many on screen who looked like me. These mainstream shows mostly covered white creatives. But I had a feeling that Black Americans had more part of the industry than what was shown on TV was letting on. The cable channel Black Entertainment Television, BET, confirmed this notion for me. Watching shows like Video Soul, Teen Summit, Rap City, and even Midnight Love opened a new world into a Black America to me. These shows displayed multifaceted view of Black Americans in different spaces, even though most of the shows were music-based. Another cultural moment was watching the Arsenio Hall show during the 1990s. Comedian Arsenio Hall hosted a late-night talk show on Fox that was an answer to counter-programming to other late-night shows hosted by Dave Letterman and Jay Leno. The Late Show with Dave Letterman and The Tonight Show with The Late Show with Dave Letterman and The Tonight Show with Jay Leno did not feature a lot of Black creatives who were making a mark in the entertainment industry. But the Arsenio Hall show welcomed Black creatives across the entertainment industry, which included actors, actresses, directors, political figures, and other cultural personalities. Watching the Arsenio Hall further solidified my desire to find out more about my culture and how to place it in a bigger context of American society. I was aware that HBCUs existed, and I felt I should attend one to help me further understand Black history and culture. My life changed forever when I went to Jackson State University in Jackson, Mississippi, and pursued an undergraduate degree in mass communication with a focus in journalism. For my junior and senior year there, I wrote for the Blue and White Flash, the campus newspaper. I wrote album reviews on Black music releases and other type of Black culture interest stories. My love never wavered for history, never during this time at Jackson State. In fact, I never forgot one of my favorite history teachers at Jackson State, Miss Wanda Jackson, who ensured that her students knew about Black historical moments in American society. A year after graduating from Jackson State, I attended Columbia College to pursue a master's degree in arts, media, and entertainment management. During my time there, I worked in the music industry through music record labels, music retail, and radio stations. Again, my love for history never wavered, but my interest shifted to wanting to know how music was connected to the historical context of the Black experience. After getting laid off twice in the industry, I felt the universe was pointing me into a different direction, but honestly, I did not know where. I took a job as an office manager at a social service organization while I was figuring out what I wanted to do next. It was when I matriculated at Columbia College where I began an interest in visiting museums. I figured, why not go to a space where I can indulge my love of history? I have also been fascinated by objects in the various stages of the display cases. I would even take a day trip by plane or car just to visit a museum or two. In fact, I would make sure that I would visit a museum or two if I'm in the town to run a marathon. During this break in my career, I thought to myself when I visit the museums, wait, somebody had to install these objects. At this moment, I realized that I wanted to pursue a career that would incorporate my love of Black history and culture and to find a platform to inform multi-generational audience about the resilience, the creativity, and the beauty that is the Black experience. This part of the journey started with earning a doctorate degree in American Cultural Studies here at BGSU during my time here on campus. I ensured that I incorporated many facets of the Black experience in my class assignments, essays, and lastly, my dissertation. I also incorporated in creating my own exhibits on campus. Shout out to the Ray Brown Popular Cultural and Jerome Libraries, which included exploring Black identities through Vibe magazine covers and taking a different approach to Black History Month while I examined subjects such as Afrofuturism, Black nerd culture, Black fiction, Black cult films, and television shows. If the dominant culture can celebrate science fiction, nerds, romance novels, and cult classics, why can't Black people's labor be celebrated too? My first big girl job at the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center in Cincinnati gave me the freedom, no pun intended, to develop various exhibits and programs that explore the Black experience beyond the Underground Railroad while giving an audience a basic information about the history. My first exhibit examined the first Black lawyer in the United States and explained how he endured much discrimination and resistance from white individuals when he went to school and practiced law. In a digital exhibit in collaboration with Google Arts and Culture, I presented objects that represented the culture of the enslaved during the International Underground Railroad Month. In fact, a graduate student told me that she used this exhibit to teach her students about the Underground Railroad. A highlight of my time at the Freedom Center was creating a virtual program based on an exhibit that I wanted to bring to the museum. Unfortunately, due to COVID and logistical reasons, the exhibit was unable to come. But I really wanted to do something with this exhibit. So I did the very best thing. I developed a virtual program to have the co-curators of the exhibit make presentations about the art and history of Black hair from pre-transatlantic slave trade to present day. In the same presentation, a local hairstylist did a live hair demonstration. The program was a success, considering it was a virtual. A sorority sister of mine told me that her students who attended the program learned about hair beyond is just being a hairstyle. Other platforms I've used to showcase the variety of Black excellence consisted of writing a blog for the National Council on Public History's website about my grandparents' furniture to describe Black personal history. Both my family and colleagues really gravitated to this written piece of work. But my personal favorite of work was turning a school project into a project that installed an Ohio historical marker to commemorate the musical contributions of the Troutman Sound Labs in Dayton, Ohio. This is just a small sample of what I've done so far. Believe me, I've only just begun. Here's why I really want all of this to happen. Granted, these are Black history lessons, but I also want to incorporate different aspects of Black culture as well. Black people exist. Black people love. Black people create. Black people have done some dope shit. Again, the long road of Africans being forcibly brought to the Americas manifested into Black Americans making limitless contributions to American society. Now, how can you support Black excellence in American history and culture? Remember when I said that Black people love, Black people create, and Black people exist just a few seconds ago? This cannot be any clearer in the art of film. I have a full list of 10, but I'm only going to show you 3 if you like this, then you would like that format. For example, if you like Harry Met Sally, then you would like Love Jones. If you like The Outsiders, then you would like Boys in the Hood. If you like That Thing You Do, then you would like The 5 Heartbeats. I purposely chose these films to showcase the diversity in the Black experience as there is a diversity in the American experience. I sometimes think about that young girl in Mississippi, wondering why she did not see enough Black representation in American history and culture on television. It just blows my mind. Standing right here in this moment, many years later, talking to you all, and acknowledging the fact that I have become that vessel that my younger self longed for.